Local entrepreneur Moira Taylor is taking her life coaching skills in catering business to help others through her Investing in People monthly teas. Taylor wants to invest in people faced by poverty, unemployment, and other issues by raising money to encourage and empower individuals using their abilities to create a successful business or service that pays.
The model I'm working on is that there's a lot of people out there, and there's a lot of people who need not just food for the body, but food for the mind, food for the soul. And I just thought this was a great opportunity to take my name, Food for Thought. I've been acting as a catering business for almost 13 years in the community, and I just thought what a great opportunity to take those words and apply it to a situation like this where I can help people with food for their mind, feed their bodies and feed their minds, and just try and entice them for a better quality of life, to prosper. And so that's kind of where that came from. They're very disadvantaged, yes. Some of them are working poor. Some of them are just people who have fallen on hard times, people who've had mental issues, you know. I mean, we all have issues with life, and these people have had a difficult time coping, and so because of that they've lost things, family, finances has been difficult, and really for me, every time I was opening the paper locally, it was about, you know, teens committing suicide. It was about, you know, people who were hungry, going hungry, and unemployment, and I thought there's got to be something I can do to try and kind of bring this together.
Taylor is using her own skills to raise funds by holding themed monthly teas from 12 noon to 3 p.m. at the Maitland Educational Recreational Hall in Maitland.
This first tea that we held was in November. It was a pre-Christmas one. Then we had one in December, and then this is our Chinese tea. Yes, we're here. We're here for January, of course, today, February for Valentine's, March for St. Patrick's Day, April for spring, May for Mother's Day, and Father's Day in June. I would request, though, that people do book, because I do think it will be busy for those particular Sundays. We're at Maitland Hall, which is 120 East McLean in Maitland.
The cost for the tea is $11, with all of the funds going to invest in people.
I'm actually putting the food out and the hall rental. I'm actually looking after that, so that I could generate some incomes for people to come in, and whatever people come in and spend, some people donate, some people bring food to donate, but whatever they bring will go back to the three organisations that I felt were on my heart, were Loaves and Fishes, the Pier Common Ground, and the Food Bank. Harvest Sharing, I think it's called. And I've been in touch with all three organisations, and I'm actually already dealing with some of the people who are feeding from those organisations and coaching them and counselling them, and so far we're having a little bit of success. So, but in the meantime, money that comes in, we were able to go down at Christmas and give them cheques. Not a whole lot, but it was something. It was a contribution, and the bigger goal is to be able to bring a couple of people from each organisation, and as I said, coach them and counsel them, and give them a better chance for some prosperity, more than what they have now. Well, I went through some difficult times myself, and I found with the business, it was, you know, like everybody else, catering is a luxury, and with the cutbacks, I was finding myself twiddling my thumbs, and I'm not one to sit home and twiddle my thumbs. So I thought I have to be doing something. And as I said, when I was reading the newspapers locally, and I thought, this is a great opportunity for me to go and do some volunteer work. And I've volunteered for many years in the community here, so I am familiar with that. But this was just on my heart for the people who are so underprivileged. And that's where it came from. And the other thing for me is it was not just about giving. Again, everybody gives. Everybody is so generous in this community, and it's great. But what I'm finding is, as long as we are prepared to give, there's always going to be people who are prepared to take. And what I'm trying to do is just a little bit of a slant on that by actually taking those people who are taking and as I said, encourage them to be able to fend for themselves and also give back.
In addition to the tea, Taylor welcomes vendors on site selling their wares and giving a portion of the proceeds back to the cause.
It really is a luncheon. I offer it as a tea because, you know, being English, you know, if you're working with people, you sit down, have a cup of tea. So I call it a tea, but actually it's a light luncheon. The price is $11. Probably a little higher than a tea would be charged, but it's all of the proceeds are going back to give back to the people. So it's well worth the money that people spend on it.
The next tea is set for this Sunday, February 12th, starting at 12 noon in Maitland.
They can call me. They can call me on my business line. It's 613-348-1793. It is Food for Thought catering service, and we'll be happy to take bookings. Yes, that'd be wonderful.
In Maitland, Dale Elliott, BNTV News.